this is Coca-Coholic again. I'm coming back to you now. I know this is 2 weeks after I posted my last video, and I said that I would do a report on how I did at my OCG tournament with my Laval deck that I posted. If you haven't taken a look at the Laval deck, go back. It should be in my channel, so have a look. What ended up happening was there was a Magic sneak peek that week, and so the tournament was canceled. That was 2 weeks ago, and this past weekend, I ended up going into another city. I took a train to another city, and I ended up selling a bunch of cards that I no longer use, and anyway, saved up some of the money to buy some of the cards for a new deck idea. I've been testing this on Dueling Network, and I'm pretty happy with how the deck is settled now. But the deck I'm going to be profiling for you today is going to be Nimble Fish. Okay, so let's have a look at the monsters. The deck makes use of the Frog engine, Swap Frog, Dupe Frog, Ronin Totem, as well as the Nimble engine, which helps to spam level 2s on the field, and then you use the level 2 comboed with some other cards, field card and another card that's in this deck, to make really, really powerful Exceed monsters, and that's how this deck basically wins. I also have opted to put in a couple boss monsters that combo well with what's already basically required in the deck, as well as a card that combos really well with Galaxy Queen's Light. So let's get into them. So Frog Engine, 3 Swap Frogs. Swap Frog helps you dump your monsters into the grave. I'm running only 2 Dupe Frogs. Dupe Frog searches only swap in this deck, so I've only run 2. He's a nice 2000 blocker, but when he goes to the graveyard, you can search Swap Frog from your deck, and Swap Frog helps to do a lot of your main combos. And now I only run 1 Ronin Totem. That's with 5 frogs in the graveyard, so you can spam him to the field up to 5 times. But that's it. So there's only 6. I run the triangle of frogs. Then I run the full Nimble engine. Full Nimble engine will be 3 of the Angler, 3 of the Sunfish, 3 of the Manta. Angler, when he gets pitched from deck in hand, you can special up to 2 Nimbles from your deck, except himself. The Nimble Sunfish, when he dies as a result of battle, you can pitch a fish monster from your deck to your grave to special summon another one of him to the field. He works really well with Angler. And then Nimble Manta, not particularly good, but if he's destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon up to 2 more of him from the deck. But he's level 2, he's water, and he works with everything else. So that's the end of the Nimble engine. Some tech choices. I run 1 of the Fishboard Planter. I've got a lot of water monsters in the deck, and so using his effect to special summon himself from the graveyard, there's a high likelihood that his effect will go off. Also, he's level 2, he's level water, he works great with the rest of the engine. And if for some reason you get really, really lucky and you use this effect and you mill an Angler, Angler's effect cannot miss timing. Similar to Sangan, it starts a chain, and therefore if you mill him, you special out, Angler then special out 2. You haven't used your normal summon, you already have 3 water monsters on the field. If you have Lemuria or any combo card plus a level 10 monster and a Galaxy Queen's Light, you're going to explode. Good card. Deep Sea King, he's not the focus of the deck, but being able to bring out a bunch of fish monsters, he has like built-in protection if he can get his effect off against Compulse, Book, a lot of stuff. Anything that targets him, you can sack a fish instead, and it negates and destroys that card. But he can spam out, make a bunch of gotchis. If you have Lemuria, amazing. But I only run 1 of them. 1 Galaxy Wizard, use his normal summon to get Galaxy Queen's Light into my hand. Awesome. Gores for protection. He's also level 7. He's a Galaxy Queen's Light target. 2 Tragodia. This deck can sometimes not have the best hands, but Tragodia can help you stall. Number 2, he's level 10. He works exceptionally well with Galaxy Queen's Light. He could also make himself like a level 7 if you've got Gores or Deep Sea King in the graveyard. Amazing. And there's potential, obviously, of taking your opponent's monsters, but anyway, there you go. 2, Exodius, the Ultimate Forbidden Lord. He helps you cycle all of your power cards, well, all of your monsters back in the deck. You'll go through your Nimble super, super fast. Specialing him out, it's a cost to send all of your monsters back to the deck. So if your opponent solemns him or warnings him, you still, as a cost, have to put all your monsters back in the grave. That includes your extra deck. So you get to recycle your extra deck monsters, which is really awesome. Also, he's level 10. He has He's really good, so you can bring him out. He's level 10, works really well with Galaxy Queen's Light. And his third effect is when he attacks, you send a monster from your deck to the graveyard. If your opponent has an open field, you can actually attack with this guy. He's not going to have any attack, but you can send a Nimble Angler from your deck to the grave, and what that allows you to do then is Angler's effect will trigger, and you can special summon up to 2 more, and maximize, you can put 2 Sunfish on the field, and that's an extra 2,000 points of damage on the board. Good card. Okay, and the last monster that I run is 3 Cyber End Dragons, Malefic Cyber End Dragons. Malefic Cyber End Dragon works really well in this deck because number 1, you have Lemuria. You're going to be playing 2 Terraformings to help get Lemuria to your hand, which means you can special summon this monster out very easily. Second of all, he's a 4,000 beater, so it allows another out to the deck instead of relying entirely on Gore's Trag or having a lot of water monsters on the field to make use of Lemuria's effect. He is also a level 10 monster. He works exceptionally well with Galaxy Queen's Light. And one of the other better things is he's another level 10 monster who's very, very good, but he doesn't really have a cost. I mean, the cost is to remove a Cyber End Dragon from your extra deck, sure, but there's no cost in the hand. There's no cost to your field. You just put him on the board, and that allows for really, really good plays with Galaxy. Okay, so spells, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, not really much to say about them. I max out on Mystical Space Typhoons. This deck OTKs really hard, and if you can make huge plays, and a lot of the deck cannot be stopped with Veilers. Veilers don't really hurt this deck so much, which is awesome. So Typhoon maxed for OTK possibilities. 3 of the field spell, Lemuria. For those who don't know, it works like Umi. It's treated as Umi, the name. All your water monsters gain 200 attack and defense, which is not particularly amazing, but its last effect is once per turn, you can have all of the monsters on the field, water monsters on the field, gain levels equal to the number of water monsters on the field. Therefore, if you have 2 water monsters, you use its effect, both of those monsters' levels are then increased by 2. So if I have 2 level 2s, that makes them both into 4s and allows exceed level 4. If I have 3 of them, all of them are increased by 3, making each one of them 5. Anyway, so lots and lots of combos. That card is incredibly important to get, so I run 2 Terraforming to get that card to my hand as fast as possible. You also need it to make use of Malefic Cyber End Dragon, so having 2 of this I feel is really important. And the last 3 cards, 3 Galaxy Queen's Light. You might think this is overdoing it. I have 1 card, 1 monster that is able to search this card when I do need it, and I have several targets. So 3 Cyber Ends, Malefic Cyber Ends, that's 3 targets. 2 of the Exodius Forbidden Lord, that makes 5. 7 is with Tragodia, 8 with Gores, 9 with Deep Sea King. Also, if I have 5 fish on board and I use Lemuria to make them all level 7s, and I special at a bunch of 7s, I can use Galaxy Queen's Light on the leftover one, special summon Ronin Totem, Fishborg Planter, and whatnot from the grave, and then use that to again make those ones into 7s to make additional rank 7 exceeds. Also, you've got Monster Reborn in the deck, and that's really good. So I max out on Galaxy Queen's Light. Now for the extra deck, I run my Gore's Token, nothing special there. I run 2 Gachis. It's very easy to put 2 level 2s on the board, and so he allows you to stall. He makes your monsters bigger. He has built-in destruction protection. Good card. Oh, I should mention also, I do not have one, but it's in my extra deck. I will be getting one at the end of the month. We're getting a Daigusto Emerald release as a manga card. He's my 1 rank 4 exceed. It's very easy. Instead of going to Gachi if I need to recycle some cards or get some draw power, I can use Lemuria, make my 2 monsters increased by 2 levels, making them 4, overlay, make Daigusto Emerald, and use Emerald's effect to put 3 of my monsters. Technically, it's usually my Nimble engine, but it puts them back in and allows you to get a draw. I do not have that card as of yet, but I'll be getting it at the end of the month. I believe it's being released on February 26th. So that's that. My 1 rank 5 big guy here, I forget his name in English, something to the effect of like heavy artillery or something. Anyway, really good card. It's 3 level 5 monsters. He's a rank 5 exceed. I suggest you have him look him up. He's 3,200 attack. With Lemuria and 3 water monsters on the field, you can bring this out. For my level or rank 6s, I keep calling the levels. Rank 6s, 2 Messier 7s, you can detach to bounce a monster on the field to the hand, or you can detach to put a monster from a player's graveyard into their hand as well. Really good card. 7s, Gaia Charger, Pierce, Big Eye, take your opponent's monsters. Biscayos, he becomes 3,000 with Lemuria on the field. He's also your effect negator. Really big, powerful card. 2 of Gustav Max. Gustav Max is one of your rank 10s. He can deal burn damage. He's a 3,000 huge guy, and with all the Galaxy Queen's Light and all my rank 10s, super easy to bring up. Even 2 of him in one turn is super easy. And the last one is the Galaxy Destroyer. Super, mega, ultra robot, blah, 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 blah. Galaxy Destroyer. 3 level 10 monsters. He's a 5,000. And he has a Harpy Feathered Duster's effect with you when you detach that cannot be chained to, which makes him very, very powerful. Because you run the Malefic Cybers, you have to run Cyber End Dragon. In your extra deck, run 3 of them so I can remove these from play to special Malefic Cyber from my hand. So that's going to be the end of my Nimblefish deck profile. If you like this deck, you like the idea of it, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting a lot of other videos in the future. For those that have played against this deck, you are probably aware of some of the combos that the deck is able to pull off. However, some might still be confused as to how the deck runs, how it plays, what combos are available. And it's with that in mind that I'm going to be making another video that I'll be posting very shortly that will explain some of the combos that the deck is able to pull off. I'm also going to show one particular combo that's very, very good to open up with. It only requires you to have 3 cards. It's going to put 3 Exceed monsters on your field. You're going to have protection, and it's only going to cost you 1 card total from the hand, which means at the end you're going to have 3 Exceed monsters and you'll still have 5 cards in your hand. Really, really good combo. So I will see you later. Happy dueling!